Hey, Redeeming Grace Church family and friends, Pastor Josh here on Thursday, May 7th of 2026. I have a handful of things I want you to know about and ask you to prayerfully consider being involved in. The first is that we're going through our series on the Ten Commandments, and I would encourage you to just double your nourishment on this 10-week series by picking up this book and reading along with the sermons. Maybe even think about inviting someone else to read it with you and just do some one-on-one discipling and mutual encouragement. Short term, and I think you will really benefit and get even more out of our sermon series by putting in some effort to read this book and discuss it with somebody else in the church. So consider that. Also, we're trying to reformat how we're doing the cleaning of our building each week. We do it on Fridays, and it's basically one person doing the whole work. And we want to try to spread that out. And so I'm inviting you to come at 1 p.m. on Fridays. That will be kind of our team cleaning time. I think it'll build some camaraderie. I think it'll be fun to do it together. And I think it'll only take 30 minutes to an hour if we've just got the right number of people. So even if only occasionally, if you can come every week, great. If you can only come occasionally, just come and just plan on Fridays at 1 p.m. coming and knocking out this sweet checklist that my mom and I made for Mother's Day together. Isn't that sweet? And we'll just knock these things out each week. And if you can't come at that time, then sometime between Friday and Sunday morning, you can just check the checklist and knock it out. That way everything gets done. And maybe we also have a set time where we get to do it together. So consider being a part of that. And we want to try to make this go so that we can be good stewards of our building. It's a great thing to bring kids to so that kids can learn that they're a part of the church and that they have a role and that they can serve here. And so that would be a great opportunity to take advantage of over in the coming weeks, starting this week, actually. Also, our summer schedule will begin May 24th. We move our service from 10:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. and there's no kids classes at 9 a.m. So over the summer months, service is 30 minutes earlier. Just make note of that. Also, a mission team from a church called Meadowview down in Mississippi is coming up to help us again this year. They did it last year, come up and do some outreach in Star Village. So on May 28th, a Thursday, we're going to do a block party up there. So if you want to help us out with that, that would be great. Also, the next day, Friday, we're going to do a block party in Robbinsdale Park. And so you'll see this flyer in the bulletin on Sundays. Please take it and invite people to come. And if you could help us, that would be great. We don't want it to just be Mississippi people, but we want our neighbors to know that there is a church that loves Jesus and loves them. And that just takes time and energy. And so if you have at all any opportunity to be a part of either one or both of those events, that would be huge in helping us make it happen. While they're here, we're also going to do a VBS. It's going to be a little bit unique in that it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday evening, May 30th, 31st, and June 1st. We're going to do a meal at 5:15. Some of the families here in our neighborhoods struggle with food, and so we think that will be a draw and a blessing to say, hey, we'll feed you and your kids, and then stay for VBS activities where we can teach kids and families the gospel from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you've got kids, please sign them up. We want as many kids as possible so that it's a fun, energetic event. And then we're going to need help with promotion, setup, decoration, food, snacks, security, teaching, and the Mississippi team is helping us make it happen. But I want our church to own this as much as possible and for it to be our church that's loving our neighbors in this way. So please look at this sign-up sheet that's on the back. I've got lots of things to hold up today. Look at the sign-up sheet. Sign up to help somewhere. And let's make this a great cooperative church opportunity to love our neighbors and reach out to them. As an embassy of Christ's kingdom, we are responsible for loving our neighbors, and this is a way for us to in a coordinated way do this together. And a team from Mississippi is helping us, so we want to maximize the opportunity to love our neighbors and to share the gospel. Also, over the course of the summer, there's going to be a book study through Pilgrim's Progress starting May 31st. That'll happen at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, so before the service. David Wilcox is going to lead through that study. It's just going to be a chapter-by-chapter walk through the great book of Pilgrim's Progress. I don't know what I said before. Did I say Proverbs before? I meant Pilgrim's Progress. So you've got the version of the book in the email that I'll send out, and get a copy of that. And if you're interested in walking through that great classic of a book, you will greatly benefit from the time spent together there. Lastly, the last thing on the list is that the owner has approached us and given us an offer to buy this facility, to buy this building and make it our own, which would be great. We would love to have this place have equity. Instead of paying rent, we could then start to invest and make this our permanent home. So our members looked over that offer at the last family meeting and then elected a small team to basically explore the possibility and bring a recommendation back to the team. And so they're meeting tomorrow morning with the agent that is working on both sides, working for between us. And so just pray for wisdom, that if this is what the Lord would have us to do, that he would make it clear, that we would, in the negotiations, get to a spot that works really well. At this point, the mortgage is not a concern. It's going to be less than our rent. If it's in our name, we can be tax exempt. So there's all kinds of savings there. The challenge is that there's almost certainly going to need to be a down payment of at least $100,000, maybe more. And so as we negotiate that, that's going to be the big thing, is can we raise that? We don't have that in the bank right now. Can we raise that between now and the end of the year? That's going to be the big thing. So would you join us in praying about the decision overall, but then also that down payment? That is going to be the sticking point, I think. And so would you pray about that? And if you have some ideas for us, or maybe the Lord has just blessed you and you would like to help us raise that amount, we would love to hear from you. And so please reach out and be praying for us as we think about that big step of potentially purchasing this building and making 640 East St. Patrick Street the home, at least for the foreseeable future, of Redeeming Grace Church, and actually being able to own it for ourselves, having a permanent place in this community. So pray for that, pray for the team, and pray for the Lord's provision and direction in the midst of all of that. All right, I love you. Let me know how I can be praying for you or ministering to you. I look forward to seeing you Sunday with commandment number 2, and have a great week. Bye.